Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch something off of Morella's Blood Vision. We're going to redo Blood Stalkers from my old channel. Let's check it out. Our movie starts with two couples going to the Everglades for a vacation.
Come on, now give it a chance. You know, the Everglades is one of the few places left in this lousy world where you can still see some nature. I mean, absolutely no way.
They stop for directions.
Pardon me, sir. Pardon me.
What do you want, boy?
Oh, hi. Hey, listen, my folks used to have a cabin here somewhere near your town, and I was wondering if you could help me out. I'm not sure exactly where the old road is.
The old guy warns him to stay away.
Aiken. The big old Aiken cabin?
Oh, yeah, that's it. You know it?
Boy, you get into that gas hobby. You once turn them out and get on back down where it belongs. That's the best direction I'll ever give you.
What the hell? Look, all I did was ask if I was on the right road or not.
Blood Stalkers.
They're not done yet, warning him.
That's Blood Stalker country now. They've probably been out that way for 5, maybe 10 years. It's a bad place to be.
And they get a stare down from some unsavory characters before they go.
One way or the other.
Yeah, they're going to Blood Stalker country, the bloody bastards, all of them. Bastards.
Anyway, they have to leave their car and walk the rest of the way on a path.
Don't joke like that, damn it. I don't think it's funny.
And it looks like somebody might be watching them. But they finally make it.
Wow, some cabin. Dad built it for a hunting lodge. Used to bring his clients down.
Something. Damn it, look at this. There's 8 years of dust on the shelves and the table and bench are wiped clean.
She thinks someone's been there because she thinks she saw someone.
Damn it, Kim, what the hell are you trying to do?
Mike goes back to the car at one point and looks like there's some sort of damage that's happened to it since he left it. Our other couple argues a little bit. It's Daniel and Kim. No, sorry, Daniel and Jerry. Jerry's a stripper.
You knew I was an entertainer when we got married. I gotta go where the work is.
Can you get upstairs?
Yeah. Taking off your clothes for a bunch of goddamn drunks.
While one of the couple's doing some skinny dipping here, Mike and Kim, it looks like one of the killers is watching them.
I'll see you around maybe a year or two.
Me too. I forgot my big old teddy bear.
Nah, no, you didn't.
There's a lot of time in this movie where nothing happens
This bit.
except talk.
Or you're gonna have one of those famous headaches again.
Smart ass. Right now I'd teddy any bear just to stop thinking about those old... What do you call them?
Love those 70s pants. And they get attacked. Well, the girl gets pulled back in and suddenly there's a banging outside. It's hard to tell what that is, but I think they brought a dog along and that's their dead dog that somebody killed. The banging at least stopped.
Put you down.
Mike's gonna leave to get help.
Ain't no easy jobs tonight.
Here, you may have to use this. I hate to bother you, but I sure could use some help. What the hell are you looking at?
Really dark. But he's gonna get denied.
Don't hit me. I'm going. Jesus, I was just looking.
Next thing I see is a fight breaking out. I initially thought this was Mike getting into a fight with somebody because it's so damn dark I can't tell who's who. But apparently these are the guys back at the gas station, those unsavory types that we saw earlier in the film. They're just wrestling around, boys being boys. Until the old guy at the grocery store puts a stop to it.
Inside, all of you. Got serious work. Now.
What was that serious work he spoke of? Well, I guess they're now stalking, which is what I guess blood stalkers do. They're approaching that cabin now.
You can chase rats and bats all you want. I'm going back. The old man's pissed enough of it now.
I guess they're leaving? I have a feeling they'll be back, though. Hope we can see them. Mike eventually finds his way to a Baptist church in the middle of nowhere. We can't hear the conversation, but I'm assuming he's asking for help. And he's going to get denied. What we're hearing is the gospel choir inside. Back in the cabin, Daniel and girls wait.
Well, I can tell you this much. I've spent my very last night in the Everglades.
I'll second that. I've never had a day like this before.
So Mike charges back to the cabin. Meanwhile, at the cabin, someone's busting in. Mike collapses and falls and hurts his head or something on his way back. And he doesn't wake up till morning. He manages to find a deputy, and then his car's gone the next day.
It was right here. Well, come on!
Hold on, for Christ's sake.
When they get to the cabin, they find that all three of them are now dead. One of the killers was still there, though. And Mike shoots him. Pelts. Alligator.
Good Lord. Said they're poachers. These bastards are poachers.
The deputy suspects that there's going to be more of those people around, and he's right. Mike's not going to go as easily, though. He's not done yet, either. This is slow motion, but eventually that axe is going to find this guy. Eventually. There we go. And it's the old man from the grocery store.
I done fire off his car, too.
Hell, you ain't cut him down yet? What'd I tell you?
But clearly this guy is in on it. And he sees all his buddies dead. And then he pleads for his life.
You understand?
as he encounters Mike. We don't see what happens, but I guess we gotta assume he killed him. And our film ends with Mike walking off into the sunset, or the sunrise, rifle in hand. Alright, let's talk about this movie, Bloodstalkers. Something that I watched back in 2012 on my old channel. And found out recently that it was released on DVD in this Morella's Blood Vision collection. You can get this by itself on eBay. Otherwise, there's something called the... I forget what it's called. There's a little box set, like the Ramrodder collection or something like that, that has 3 of these DVDs in there. It's like a 9-movie collection. Anyway, the movie itself is a horror movie. It says 1976 on most things, on websites and stuff, but the copyright at the end of this movie says 1975. But anyway, it's a Hicksploitation film, as they call them. These 2 couples are going off into the Everglades somewhere to spend a week or 2 weeks vacation at some old shack, I guess you could say, that this guy, I don't know if he grew up in it or if he spent some time when he was a kid there. His mother or grandparents owned it or something like that. This guy Mike, I think is his name. And he hasn't been back in like 8 years since his dad died. So anyway, the ladies who come out aren't exactly thrilled about it, but they're going to go anyway, whatever. So they get out there. They get warned, though, ahead of time. They stop at a gas station to get directions, and the guy says, "You don't want to go out there. That's Bloodstalker country." But they kind of scoff at the guy, and they go anyway. So anyway, they're there, and there's this like sense of uneasiness all around. I don't know if there's wild animals or what, or ultimately what happens is there are bloodstalkers out there stalking them. What are bloodstalkers? I have no freaking idea what exactly a bloodstalker is. Basically, they're just people. And it turns out it's actually the store owner who warned them not to go out there, and a couple of his buddies, Lester and I can't remember all their names, but they get like spooked one night. Some guy's like walking around and he's like scaring them. He's like banging on the place outside. So Mike leaves to try to go get help. The other 3 stay behind. He ends up going to some gospel church where there's a revival going on. He talks to a guy there. They basically shun him and say, "Nope, we're not helping you." We never really hear their conversation because all we hear is the gospel choir singing. So he runs back to the cabin to help. And while he's gone, though, the 3 people who are left behind all get killed. He falls down, knocks himself out, wakes up the next day, and returns to find them all dead. He brought a deputy with him this time, though. And then all of a sudden the killer is still there, or at least one of them is in the house. He shoots him. And then the other guys are outside, though, and they kill the deputy. But then Mike gets revenge and kills the rest of them. Quite brutally, actually. There's axe stuff and shooting. And then the last guy who shows up is the store owner. And he's like, "Did you get him? Did you finish off the deputy, too? Blah, blah, blah." We don't see exactly what happens to him, but it's clear that Mike killed him, too. And then the movie ends with Mike walking off into the sunset, clutching his shotgun. That's the movie. The movie, I kind of enjoyed the atmosphere for a while. However, it takes a long damn time before anything happens. It's literally like an hour and 18 minutes into this movie before we see a dead body. When he discovers the 3 friends of his dead there. Actually, one of them is his wife. But the last 12 minutes are actually pretty good. But before that, it's a long stretch before something good happens. But again, I kind of enjoyed the atmosphere. It's just kind of like, it wasn't boring. It's just kind of like nothing happened. But anyway, I know there's a couple of nude scenes thrown in. The gore in the last 12 minutes is pretty good. So anyway, it's called Bloodstalkers. I have this on a pre-recorded VHS tape. Like I said, it's also on this Blood Vision DVD along with Bloodthirst and I Eat Your Skin, which I'll be watching soon. That's it. Bloodstalkers. Leave some comments down below. Let me think about it. Let me know what you think about it, I should say. And we'll talk about it. Bye.